Hello everyone and welcome to Academic English 2, and this is creativity class. Now this is the second week of online classes, so hopefully the first week went well and everybody was okay, had no issues. Maybe I was a little bit quiet in the first video, so I'll talk a little bit louder. Now what I'll make sure is that we understand what we're doing today. Now don't worry about Hello Kitty above me, I know she loves you too, and hopefully everybody's okay. I've made today's class super easy so that we can all do it very simply, but you will need this book. So you'll need this book, you'll need the download that's also there on the website, and you can just fill in the blanks and I'll go through everything. So hopefully today's class will be really nice and you'll have some easy English today and we'll just practice. So the first thing and most important thing is that you can remember my name. Now obviously I'm not there with you, but hopefully you're shouting Fraser, and not anything bad, but if you remember, my name is Fraser William Johnston Thiesby. Just call me Fraser. Everything will be okay. Now today I'm just going to quickly go over the course overview. We're going to go through some questions about finding people in class and finding things that we have together and like common interests. Number 3, we're going to look at some vocabulary and some very simple grammar in the textbook. And then we're going to write the answers down for speed talking activity. Now, I want you to write your answers down because it gives you a chance to practice, to say the sentences. And for today's class, you're going to actually send me some of your answers so that I can talk to you and hear your English, because I want to focus on spoken English. I want to hear you speaking, and you can talk to me, ask me some questions, and we can talk together. So that's it for today. I've tried to make it super easy and hopefully you can finish the class quickly. So I won't talk too long and I hope that everything's okay. Now I'm going to leave me here just while I go through the first parts. Remember, my office, if we ever go back to school, I don't know if we'll have more online class. But remember, you can always email me. You can always Kakao Talk me. And at the end of class, I'm going to want you to send something to me. Kakao Talk is the easiest way, because then I can actually hear you and talk to you and get to meet you. But if you're super shy, you can do it by email, no problem. An appointment, or I don't think we're gonna have class together like at the moment, so maybe we will next week, then it's okay, you can just do that for me. So don't worry, just make sure that you try your best, okay? Now, remember, the class is very simple. Online attendance will be taken through eClass. So you have to make sure you watch the videos, you have to make sure you click on the link to get your attendance. Remember, we'll do a midterm and we'll do a final exam, which are written, and then we're going to have 2 kinds of speaking assessment. I care about you improving your English, getting better at speaking. So what I want you to do is speak. So we'll do 2 kinds of ways to speak, and the final one is the Korean teachers class, and I have no idea about their class. So hopefully everything will be perfect and there'll be no problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to do an activity when we first meet where we get to know each other, ask questions, and we can prepare our speaking practice. So the idea is you're going to talk to each other and you're going to ask questions and you're going to try to find people who have this yes answer or same answer as you. And then we can write down people's names. The idea is so that we can get to know each other. Oh, what's your name? Oh, first time to meet you, so we can find out information. Now, next week's class, you're going to bring your worksheet, and we're going to do this activity straight away. So hopefully there's no budam. Hopefully nobody's shy. As I say, don't be shy. And the idea is you'll just talk to each other. Now, this week, because we're not in class, you can write down some things, practice, and then next week, hopefully, you'll be perfect. So don't give up. Always think, I can do it. Now, the idea is sometimes people might say no, so you'd ask a different question. But the idea is to try to talk to as many people as possible in class and try to get them to say their name. So ask them their name. Always like, what's your name? Never Korean, just, oh, 이름이 뭐예요? Don't do that. Try to make sure that you always say, oh, what's your name? Now, because this week we don't have class, we're going to do it a little bit differently. But the idea is there's always a question that has a simple way, like do you something, have you, are you, can you, when, what. Sometimes it might be past tense, so you might say, did you? But the idea is you're going to have some very simple questions and you're just going to ask them. So, if you go to your worksheet, you'll be able to see it. And what I want you to do is I want you to try to fill in the question word. So, my worksheet is here, you can see it. And like here, the first one, it says, find someone who drank somek last week. So we have drank, so we know it's the past. Not now, it's the past. So you'll be like, oh, blank, you drink somek last week. So it's a past tense question, so we want to fill in, first letter is there, so it's super easy. So is it did or do? Remember, past tense. So then for this question, you would say, oh, correct answer. Yeah, that's right. So you'd say, did you drink somek last week? Now, when we meet each other, you'll ask the question, and then if somebody says yes, then you write their name here. So you'd be like, Fraser. Now, the next one, it says, find someone who comes from the same hometown or province as you. Province is do. So maybe you're from Gangwon-do or Gyeonggi-do. That's a province. So you can find somebody from the same area as you because nobody's maybe from your hometown. So you can find somebody from the same area. So you're like, oh, where are you from? Namyangju? Oh, I'm from Icheon. Okay, it's a match. Right? Right? Maybe they're in Gyeonggi-do, so you can match them together. So your question, where are you from? Easy. If they say the same, you can write down their name. Now, I've given a hint for the first ones, so you can see like ate. So you know if it's going to be past tense or present tense. So we know that one. Went. Again, we know past tense or present tense. Now, if we look at this one, it says find someone who likes to read webtoons. So, who likes to read webtoons? You need to make the question. Now, this time, it's not past tense, it's present tense. So, likes to do it now. So, you could say, do you like to read webtoons? So, what I want you to do is I want you just to read through the questions here, like finding someone. This is a statement. And I want you to write the question using the correct part for the question word. Now, I've given you a hint with the letters. I made it super easy, I hope. So you just have to write down the first question word for each one. So, pause the video. And then start again after you've written it. Now, this is going to be for next week. Now, I'm going to check your answers because I'm going to get you to ask me some questions later in class. So don't worry, just write them down. It'll be super easy to do this, okay? Now, I'm back to the PPT. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go to World Link. Bam, right here. What I want you to do is I want you to make sure that you go to page number 5. Now, I'll do it with you. Bam. Page number 5. Now, you can see 5. It's better than me, so I'll put it close. I want you to go to 5, and I want you to do part B. Now, you can see there's a page on there that looks like social media, and I want you to try to fill in the blanks of this. So you'll see there's information about somebody. Now, in this case, it's Sylvia Costas, and she wants to tell people about her on social media. So what I want you to do is I want you to try to look at the words that are in part B. They are in the blue box. So what you're going to do is look at the blue box. There's some words, and I want you to put the words in the right questions or answers. Now, it's super easy. So you can pause the video. Or what you can do is you can just let me listen to the explanation first for each word, and then you just have to put them in. Now, in today's class, I'm going to make sure that you know the answers. So always stop the video, pause the video. It's the best way. So then you can write the answer. If you're right, 박수. Perfect. If you made a mistake, no problem. Everybody makes a mistake, so don't be shy, don't worry. We can do this. So I'll go through the first one. Is born. So you can practice the pronunciation at home. You can say the words after me. So the first one is born. The next one is city. So born, when you are born, you're a baby, where you're coming from. City, it's bigger than town, it's a place. First name. So my first name is Fraser, so the first name. Hometown. So hometown is the place where you're from originally, the first place that you think is your home. Now maybe I was born in Jeju and then I moved to Seoul, like just 1 month old. You can say that Seoul is my hometown, but some people might say Jeju is my hometown. So it's up to you. Where do you have connection, first connection for your home? So where is your hometown? The next one is your job. What kind of job do you have? So job, I work in a place. Last name. What's your last name? Mine is Johnston Thiesby. It's very long, the last part of your name. Phone. Easy, you know phone. Next one, email address. Again, it's easy. Friends. You have friends. Everybody has friends. Except for me, Fraser is Asa. It's okay. Next one, interested in. If you're interested in something, you like it. I'm interested in Manchester United. I like Manchester United. Interested in something. Next one, languages. English, Korean, Japanese, things that you speak. So languages. And the final one is subject. In this case, we're talking about studying. Subject, like English, science, math. So we have those, so you can practice the pronunciation. What I want you to do is I want you to pause the video now, and then you can start. So pause it. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go through the answers. So after you finished, you just check the answer. So number 1, first name. What's your first name? Number 2, last name. The next one is where were you born? This time I want the answers. So the first one is I was born in El Salvador or Salvador. It's my hometown. Number 4 is city. Where do you live now? Number 5, friends. What do you do for fun? I'm in a band with my friends. Number 6, what's your favorite subject? And the answer, I'm interested in. I like something, so I'm interested in. Next one, languages. I speak 3 languages. How many languages do you speak? Number 8, email address. Number 9, what's your phone number? And number 10, what do you do? I'm a student and I have a part-time job. So in Korean, many people say alba or Arbeit. That's a German word and kind of like Konglishy word. So always say like, what's your part-time job? What's your part-time job? Oh, I work in 할매 순두국밥. Yes, that works. So just try to write down your answers for each one. Check them. If you're perfect, great. If you made a mistake, don't worry. Now we're on to here, on to page 8. We're at the top there at the grammar. We're doing the grammar part. What I want to do is I want to talk about the simple present. And the simple present is very easy grammar. Maybe you studied in middle school or maybe you studied in elementary school. But it's just talking about things that happen generally. Something that's true or fact. So if you look at this example, most Americans speak English. This is true. The verb just is in the simple present form. There's no change. Speak, speak, like this. So in the second example, we have routines and events that occur often. So something that happens often. It's not once, it's many times. So for example, I get up at 7:30 a.m. The verb get up here, I get up at 7:30. It doesn't change. It's talking about me. So when it's talking about me, you don't need to change it. So I get up. Another example, they get up. We don't change it when we're talking about groups of other people. We don't change it when we're talking about ourselves. So the verb doesn't need to change. It's just I get up. I speak English. It's true. So as you can see, you don't need to change it when it's talking about groups of people like they, or for myself or yourself like that. it's just one person, then I get up. Now, sometimes we have to make a slight difference. So in this case here, it says, that soup smells wonderful. This is a stative verb, like thinking about something. So I'll be like, oh, that smells wonderful. Talking about something else. Maybe you can think about that with an S. Smell, smells. Maybe you want to talk about yourself. I smell wonderful. Right? You'd be like, oh, that's great, I'll stop. But the idea is I smell, no S. Maybe you want to talk about a book or a movie with explaining what happened. The police catch the killer in the end. Now, sometimes we might talk about people, so she or he. Then we need to change this to ES on the end. So the police catch the killer in the end, but if it was he, then he catches the killer in the end. She catches the killer in the end. But the police is a group of people, like they. They catch the killer in the end. So you can see this is examples of each one. Now, here are some other examples. I am phrasal. It's true, we're using the be verb. Now, be is irregular. It's not normal. So it changes like different ones each time. You are students. Again, the be is a little bit different. He is a student. She is smart. So each one of these is the be. This is irregular form, not normal. It's different. If we look at a couple more examples, you can see I play football on the weekend. Play is the verb. It's I, so we don't change the verb. It stays the same. Next one. She plays football on the weekend. It's another person, she, just one person, then S. So she plays football on the weekend. Now this is they, a group of people. They play Battleground on the weekend. Perfect. We don't need to change play. Now sometimes we have negative, so not have. So I do not have classes on the weekend. Now this time we're talking about he. So remember, we need an S in there. So he doesn't like soccer. She doesn't like soccer, like this. So in the negative form, we're going to put like this. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to go to page 8 and do part B. Now, part B is just simple fill in the blank. Now, remember, if it's talking about I or they, the verb doesn't change. But if we're talking about he or she, we add S onto the verb. But sometimes we need a Y. So maybe the verb end letter is Y, then we write I-E-S. No Y, drop the Y, I-E-S. If it's finishing with a C-H, then in this case we write C-H-E-S, like watches. He watches me, like that. So each one of these is an example. So what I want you to do is just to pause the video, stop the video, and then write the answers in B. So you can see there, B, it says Monica and me. So pause the video, write in the answers, and we'll go through it in a second. So, boop. So let's go through the first one. So it says Monica, and then we have B, which is irregular. It is easy, right? The answer's there. Next one, we are. Number 3, I am. Number 4, Monica has. Remember, other person has. Next one, I live. Monica lives. I study. Monica studies. Remember, study ends in Y. So I-E-S. So you need to make sure it's right. Next one. Not have. So I don't have a job. Sad. Number 10. Work becomes work. So we're talking about Monica. Monica works part-time in a cafe. I love dance. Perfect. Monica negative. So remember, Monica, she doesn't like. Next one, she listens to rap music. And I watch TV on the weekends. Hopefully you wrote down the correct answer. Don't have any issues. Maybe you do have an issue. No problem. I'm here to help. So if there is, then ask me and I'll make sure it's right. Now, what I want you to do is just to remember the question forms. So at the top of there in A, it's got the question. So if we're using the be form to make a question, the be form is always first. So, are you a student? Is he a student? So the be form is first. Are you a student? Is he a student? When we answer, yes I am. No I'm not. Yes he is. No he's not. So we're following a simple pattern. Next one, if we're using any other verb, we use do or does. Do you speak English? Yes I do. Or no I don't. Does she speak English? Yes she does. No she doesn't. And if you're making a WH question, the WH always comes first. What do you do? I'm a student. What does she do? She's a doctor, like this. So these are very simple ones that you can follow. What I want you to do is I want you to do part C. So part C is just making questions. Questions 1 to 4 use the be form or the do form of the verb. 5 to 8 is a WH question. So who, what, when, where, why, like this. So again, just pause the video and then we'll go through it together. So the first one are Steffi and Monica different? Two people, are you different? Is Steffi an only child? Does Steffi study business? Do Monica and Steffi go to the same university? So do they? Does Steffi, so Steffi is a girl's name. So you can see that you write down does for he or she. So you don't know Steffi is a girl's name? Don't worry. He or she, does he, does she, like this. Now number 5, let's go through them. What does she study? Where does she work? Who does she live with? Where does she live? So we're just making simple questions. Now, what I want you to do is just to check your answers. If you're perfect, we're great, we're good, we can finish, right? Easy, super easy. Now, what I want you to do is to take a break. Take a short break and then come back to class. And as you can see here, 상꿈이 빚지지 마. 열심히 했어. He studied hard, you studied hard, everybody's studying hard. So take a short break, just pause it, take a drink, go get something, and then come back. Now, the final part of class is very simple. What's going to happen is, next week's class, when we meet together, person, face to face, you're going to talk to each other, get to know each other. So what I want you to do is, I want you just to fill in this form. And the worksheet is here, so I'll go back to the worksheet. On the second side of the worksheet, you can see that there's some things that you can write down. Now there's blank here, you can write it down. Blank is here, just write it down. We write down something so that we know how to say it. It's just practice. English is practice. One time, maybe very hard. Second time, easier. Third time, easy. Fourth time, super easy. So these are just things that you can ask each other for the first time, get to know each other, become friends. And then it's just write down the answer today, because we don't have a class. And then next week, we're going to do this face to face, and we're going to practice. Like 3 or 4 minutes, talk to each person, change our partner, change our partner. Everything's going to be quick fire. So it should be super easy. So what I want you to do is, I just want you to look at how to answer the questions. Introduce yourself. What's your name? Your first name and last name. So from the textbook, easy words. What's your major? In English. So you can write that down. Next on, personality, character, like this. What are you like? The next on, your idol. Now, idol is not a singer. It's somebody who's inspiring to you, a role model, someone who's like, wow, I want to be like them. I really want to do that. Whoever they are, maybe you love Rap Monster, maybe you love like singer or actor, anybody is okay. You can say anybody, so write that down. Now for number 1, I actually put down option. Like you can write down optionally your age or your hometown. For foreigners, we don't really care about your age, but in Korea it matters. So if you want to write your age, no problem. If you want to write down your hometown, again, you can. Don't worry, it's up to you. And there's an example of some idols. So you could write down like Steve Jobs, Obama, Mother, Father, Mamamoo. No, those singers. Or if you like a singer, it's okay. Maybe you like Post Malone. You can write that down. So that's okay too. Next on, I just want you to introduce your family. So many times we meet people, we talk about our family. So introduce one friend. Like think of a best friend or someone you want to like introduce. Introduce your family members. Just a little bit, just a sentence. Like, oh, I got a mom, teacher, Fraser is my best friend. Maybe you're Fraser and you are Asa. You have no friends, so you just put Fraser is my best friend. We've known each other since I was born. I have no friends. No, I think I have one friend, maybe somewhere. I can find it somewhere, right? Next time, my sister's smart, and I've got a dog. So you can write down like that. If you don't want to write down something about your family, write about your friends. You've hopefully got friends, so you can write that down. The next one, about your favorite things. So there's some questions on there, just write down. Favorite kind of music, well, it's K-pop. You told me, but this is your time to tell other people. So maybe you can find common interest. You don't have any friends yet? You can make friends. Oh, you like Twice? Oh, me too. Oh, Chewy's so cute. Like this. Oh, I like blah, blah, blah. Okay, me too. So just write that down. Oh, the next one. Favorite TV show? You like 아는 형님. Okay, me too. Oh, that's a great show. You can talk about that together. The idea is to find things that we have common interests. The next one. I didn't know that. Oh, this is the question. What's your favorite class this semester? Oh, I think Fraser's English class will be the best. Good answer, A+ right there. Now, I'm ajegag and very terrible, but maybe your real answer is a major class. So you can be like, oh, I can learn my major. I love Chinese, or maybe I love something like this. Okay, but you can write down anything that you think is going to be the best thing this semester. Next one, your free time. Like, where do you like to hang out? Where do you like to go? Or what do you like to do on the weekend? So you can write down the kind of things. Maybe you like sleeping, no problem. I like to go wild. Maybe you like to go cray. Like I'm cray on the weekends. I drink 10 bottles of soju. The next one is pig out. So what kind of food or things do you like to pig out? Pig out is an idiom. It means to eat a lot. Like you love something, you eat it. I pig out on... And then you think of your favorite food. So if you're like, oh, I pig out on pizza. Or I love some food. So you can say pig out. Like eat it a lot. Like eat it fast. You love it. Next on, what's your hobby? Talk about your hobbies. People, you said to somebody, oh, I pig out on 엽기, 떡볶이. Like I love 엽떡. Oh, me too. And you can talk together. What's your hobby? You can talk about hobbies. Now, the next one, it says here, where's the best place you've been? Where have you been that was really exciting? Talk about it with other people. Oh, I went to Hong Kong. Oh, me too. Oh, I went to Jeju. Oh, me too. You can talk together and find interests. The last two is I want you to make your own question. Any question. Who, what, when, where, why, are, how many, do you? Any question is okay. So the idea is you make a question and you can write down any question you want. Don't copy my questions. Try to think of an interesting question that you can ask other students and me to get to know us better. Okay, so these questions on your paper is for the students. So think of some questions to ask. All right, everybody, this is it. This is the final part of class. All you have to remember is just, I care about speaking. So what I want you to do is I want you to make a short video. A video that you can send to me by Kakao Talk, which is the best, or email if it's a little bit harder. And if you're really proud and you want to practice your English, you should send it to me in a live chat and we can talk together. If I have time, you'll be like, hello Fraser, do you have a couple of minutes? And I'll be like, yep. Then you call me and I'll be like, oh hi, and you can do this. Or if you're very budam and it's a little bit hard to speak English, which I know is the case for most people, no problem. You can just send it to me and then I'll be really happy and I can just watch it and then I will send you a voice or video back. Whatever you send me, I will send back, and I'll talk to you. So I want to hear your speaking, I want to practice your English. So what I want you to do is I want you to tell me who you are. So you make a little video and you're like, hello Fraser, my name is na. My major is da. And then your class is creativity. So you're just like, and I'm creativity. I only have one class for Changzhou, so it's no problem. Now it says, answer 2 of the questions from the page. And you're like, which questions? Your questions are the ones that you've already written out. Anything you want to talk to me about, talk to me. So you're like, oh, Fraser, my idol is da. And then you just talk to me for a little bit. No problem. Any things on here, just tell me about them. But don't just say your hometown and age. Don't be like, oh, I'm 21 and I'm from Namyangju. Like that. Just try and tell me something that I don't know already about you. So just talk to me. It's super easy. Next on, ask me 2 or 3 questions from the first side. So the first side of the worksheet, these questions. I want to check your answers. So you'll say, anything on here. So remember, you want to find a yes answer. So what I want you to do is look at the questions, think which ones you think Fraser will say yes. And then just ask me the question. So try to ask me 2 or 3 questions, and hopefully I say yes to one of them. Next on. It says, ask me 2 questions. So any question you want. I want you to ask me the question, and then if there's a problem, like with the grammar, I'll tell you, like, oh, you made a slight mistake, and I'll tell you the correct one. But it's okay if you make a mistake. The most important thing is I can understand you. So if you make a mistake, don't worry. I'll answer your question, and then hopefully you'll be able to know if you made a mistake or not. But I want original questions, as best as you can. So maybe you're like, oh, I'm terrible at English. Just try your best. Ask me a question, something different, a unique question. Well, 2 unique questions. This maybe only takes 1 minute, maximum. Maybe you really want to speak English and you're like, oh, Fraser, I want to like talk for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Talk for 2 or 3 minutes. It's only between me and you. If you want to just do it, first week you're a little dumb and shy. Maybe you're a shy boy or shy girl. It's okay. Just send me the video and it'll be perfect. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, everything's okay. Maybe you send me 10-minute video. I'm never angry. I'm always happy. You send me 10 minutes about you, I'll be super happy. I'll watch it and I'll respond. So any of the questions that you ask me, I'm going to answer for you in a video back. So if you send me a video, no problems. We'll talk via video to video, just Kakao Talk or email. If we're live chatting and we're talking together face to face, I'll do it too. I'll do it there and then. But this way I can check to make sure you understand. And I care about your speaking, so I want to talk to everybody in class. It's a little bit hard for you. Don't worry. If you are shy, I want to help you get better and better. Now, usually first class we talk together face to face, but we can't do this because it's online. So this is the best way. Send it to me and I'll respond. So you have to do this by the end of the week. Once I have everything, I can check it off. That's it for today. Everybody, you did a great job. I'm really happy. Everything we do is perfect. So, 수고했어. Good job. See you next week, alright? Bye!